Guys, welcome back to the channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Guys, I watched that Sir Morbid live last night. So finishing up on it today, kind of rewinding and playing back, because you guys know I've been sick and I can't hear very well, and memories out the window. Just don't feel good at all. I feel all stopped up. But anyways, I was watching some of it again today. And NPG Cornerstone is trying to get, I'm guessing it's like a clemency for Nicholas Godejohn. And they've got a video on their channel, and I'm going to share it here. But it is asking everybody, and it doesn't matter if you think he should be out of jail right now or he shouldn't be, but just for him to get a free trial. Not a free trial, but a fair trial. So they're asking for the public to reach out to the governor. And I'm guessing there's a new governor this year in Missouri. And it has this video has everything that you need on it, what you need to say in it, who you need to send it to. The most important is we have to have it postmarked by February 1st. And guys, I really think it's important. I'm not saying that I think he needs to be out of prison right now, running the streets. I'm not saying that at all. But, I do think that he got an unfair decision. And I've finished writing mine. I've got mine sent off. So, guys, if you feel in your heart that he does, that he got, the raw end of the deal, because, he's spending a lifetime without any possibility of parole, while Gypsy's out here living her best life, starting her family, doing things that Nicholas can't even dream of doing. And all Nicholas wants to do is to see his dad again. Because Nicholas has lost a lot. For her. He did it for her because he thought that he was saving her life. He thought that he was her hero. But instead, she was, he was just a weapon that she used to do her dirty work, just like she does with everyone. So guys, I'm going to play that video for you right now.
Most important video thus far. If you really want to make a difference and help Nick's fight for justice, then Mr. Smiley and the NPG Cornerstone Nation have an important request for those true supporters. On Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, the Supreme Court denied his transfer application. Yes, this is a setback that was expected, but it is not the end of the road. Nick has more steps to take on the journey to resentencing. Whether you agree or not, legally speaking, his trial was considered fair by the courts, but it is still an unfair outcome due to his special circumstances. The purpose of his 2022 evidentiary appeal hearing was to set aside his 2018 conviction based on poor representation and enter evidence that was left out of his original trial. With mostly new evidence, new expert testimony, and new witnesses, Judge Jones denied his motion to vacate, set aside, or correct judgment and sentence. Keep in mind that what was unjust at his original trial was the sentence. Even though life without parole is the default sentence for first degree in Missouri, he should have been found guilty of only second degree. Nicholas did not meet the requirements for first degree due to the grounds of his diminished capacity having autism and Asperger's. It is unconstitutional for someone with developmental disabilities to be sentenced to the default. It feels like cruel and unusual punishment. The special question for the judicial system is, to what degree can someone with these ailments deliberate? Dr. Wasserman testified that Nick's way of thinking at the time of the incident was to please his then-girlfriend. It caused too much pressure, and he likely panicked and snapped. He would have just been focused on the task at hand. Nick stated in his interrogation the guilt and remorse he felt and still feels to this day. He had no reason to cause harm for the fact that it was her mother, and he was manipulated for over a year into carrying out her wishes. From what we are told, The U.S. Supreme Court only takes on approximately 80 cases a year from around the entire country regarding all types of law. Because this isn't a national issue, other states have also been confronted based on the law of what is deliberation. It will most likely be left up to the state of Missouri to come to its conclusions and define deliberation based on its state laws. As you may be aware, Nick has now reached the federal level for his appeals. We are in the process of filing a 2254 habeas corpus petition in Missouri on his behalf. This petition allows individuals in custody to challenge the legality of their detention in an effort to have their conviction or sentence overturned or modified. Which brings us to our request. If you truly want to help Nick, there is a way. We are requesting letters to the governor pleading to use the commutation power of clemency on Nicholas. What is clemency power? Clemency is an umbrella term that refers to several mechanisms that allow for the remittance of consequences of a committed crime. Virtually every state constitution authorizes the governor or a board of pardons to grant clemency, although terminology, procedure, and structure may vary greatly from state to state. The power of commutation shortens an individual's sentence. If a commutation shortens an individual's sentence to time served, it results in that individual's release. If you are willing to help, there are specific guidelines to follow when writing such a letter. The first thing to keep in mind when writing a clemency letter is to remember your audience. You are not writing to a friend or family member. Rather, you are writing to the chief executive of the state government. As such, your writing should have the same deference that you would use if you had the opportunity to speak to the highest-ranking public official in person. You would not be informal, casual, or long-winded with a governor. Keep the main aim of the letter in mind as you write it. Explain carefully why you feel Nick should be granted mercy. Maintain a positive approach throughout. Focus on facts rather than emotions, meaning this is not the letter to express your personal feelings about his ex-co-defendant or your personal opinions about thinking his original trial not being fair. This is only about Nick and his unjust sentence. Use straightforward, clear sentence construction. Give as many genuine, important reasons you can think of why Nicholas deserves to have his sentence commuted. And most important, keep it short, 300 words or less. Note: the sender must identify yourself in case the clemency office wants to contact you to verify its legitimacy. Letters will be welcomed from all around the world, not just from the U.S. or the state of Missouri. As an example, here is the letter we sent. Be sure to use your own words when writing yours.
Dear Governor, my community is deeply concerned about the inhumanity of the sentencing of Nicholas Paul Godejohn. Even though life without parole is the default sentence for first-degree murder, we believe there are special circumstances surrounding this case due to his Asperger's and autism disabilities that were ignored. We feel that as the governor, you should use your clemency power of commutation for Nicholas Godejohn. We beseech you to consider what his co-defendant received for the same crime. She was sentenced to 10 years with the possibility of parole, but she has only served 8 of those years. As the public, we compassionately feel she is more culpable for being more intelligent, for manipulating him to commit the crime on her behalf. The main fact is that it was her mother, and he had no other reason to inflict harm, let alone cause that, if it had not been a result of her consistent abuse claims and manipulation grooming for over a year until he agreed. Despite that, in the eyes of the law, his trial was weighed fair. However, the outcome was unjust considering the special circumstances of his mental capacity and disabilities. Your commitment to justice, fairness, and compassion is what we expect from you as an elected representative. Given the worldwide attention and the global support he and his case have received, this decision would be unprecedented due to the special circumstances, as well as a groundbreaking global significance. Please assist in addressing what appears to be a miscarriage of justice in the final sentencing of Nicholas Paul Godejohn's case. Thank you for your time and consideration. Mr. Godejohn deserves a more fair outcome, and we look forward to hearing about the actions taken.
Send it to Tyler Coyle, Area 67, regarding N. Godejohn, Missouri State Public Defender, 1000 West Nifong Boulevard, Building 7, Suite 100, Columbia, Missouri 65203. Please have it postmarked by October 1st, 2024. Note: the reason you would not send it directly to the governor's office is the fact that there is no clemency application currently pending for Nicholas to have it connected with. So if you sent one in the past, it was most likely tossed out, for it had nothing with reference. This is why we are having them all collected where they will be filed, along with his application at the same time. FYI, we are not having you address the letter directly to Governor Parson for the reason that he is no longer eligible to run again, setting the stage for a new governor in 2025. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on any platform. Regardless of who you believe, follow, or trust, we would be happy to assist. Together and only together we can make a difference. As always,
Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you're gonna write or email. I just think it's important for him to get a fair shake. And still doing some investigation on how Fancy was behind him getting such a raw deal. Because I just can't believe it came out that Fancy actually was behind getting him thrown away without a key. And her actually sending messages to Ken about what she did. She should be ashamed of herself. I thought it was bad enough that she was on their team in the beginning, but you know what? I was going to look over that because I was like, hey, I was fooled there at first too. But we opened our eyes. But none of us did anything as horrible as Fancy. So guys, please tell me what you think. Please. And let me know if you're going to write a letter. I love each and every one of you. And I've got one more video I want to get out. I'm still working on a video for Fancy. I'm still trying to get down of what's really going on because it broke while I was sick. So please be patient with me. Love you guys. Talk soon.